Look at that. That thing is off the ground. And I hear people saying, if it would lift heavy equipment, I would buy one. That's 5 tons right there. Hey, are you someone that owns a mobile truck repair, or you're an average DIYer like me that's constantly jacking up your jacked up vehicle? Hey, this Vevor Jack here is a 5-ton capacity. This is a game changer right here. And don't say your truck's not jacked up, otherwise you wouldn't be jacking it up. Hey, this jack right here, it has a very long adjustable handle on it. You've got a couple different positions it'll set in. You've got a very solid base on it. You've got casters on the back of it to help move this 45 to 50 pound unit around. You've got a 3-tier bag here that's rated at 5 ton. They claim 11,000 pounds on it. You've got a 4-inch rubber non-slip cap on the top of it to help keep from slippage. You know, you want to play safety. Safety's always first. One neat thing on the handle is it's adjustable, so you have a couple different slots that you can put it in. If you're in the resting position or you're in the transport position, this will help, you know, as far as bending over, breaking your back, or that fatigue side of it, because ultimately you've got more positions to get it into. And you can keep it as a low profile, pick it up, slide it in and out. So that's pretty neat in itself. Another good thing on the end of the handle is that you got 2 brass ball valves. You've got the green that's your fill, and you got the red handle that's your dump. Now in between those 2 valves, you've got your pop-off valve. So with that, if you are outside of the 114 to 125 PSI, then this pop-off valve will pop versus hitting your bag. So with this jack here, you can jack as low as 5.5 inches and jack all the way up to 18 inches. And you will be the talk of the town, and you can believe that, walking around with an air spring jack at 18 inches. Who does that? Vevor does that. So what we want to do is take some extreme testing, put this in the field, and we're going to jack up some heavy equipment. You can drop your air supply off of it. Your jack stays up, and with that in mind, you want to make sure that you're using safety precautions and using those approved non-recall jack stands for support, because last thing you want to do is not be safe. So we're going to be safe while we're using these approved jacks and approved jack stands on approved jack points. That's a mouthful right there. So all in all, when you're done jacking, you know, there's no weight on this, but fully opened up on the dump valve, it's got some safety back, so you're not like just slamming the vehicle down. So that's pretty neat in itself. So what we need to do is we need to put this in the field with some extensive testing. And I know what you're thinking. Oh yeah, I've seen that jack before. Cool color though. Wow. Well, you haven't seen the Vevor Jack hook we're gonna jack today, because we're gonna put this jack through the jacking test. Talk about the air supply. This thing is translucent, so you can keep an eye on your material. And with that in mind, it's got a very thick wall on it. And it's replaceable. So this is something that's a serviceable item. You got a quick disconnect here, and you got one here on the back side of it. So all in all, I have no complaints on the construction and the ease of the way it was put together and shipped. When I received this, it was pretty much plug and play on the bottom side of it. I had to put the handle together. So we're talking 5, maybe 10 minutes, and we got our initial jacking down. That's banging right there in itself. So what we need to do now is we need to get this Vevor 5-ton air spring jack in the field and put this through some testing. And I'm not talking about just any testing. I'm talking doing some testing on that. And the biggest part is we want to make sure that we're safe while we're doing it. Hey, speaking of jack safety, I've got a few jack safety points I want to cover at the end of this. So those of you that slept through this, hey, I understand. But everybody else, high five to you. We're going to cover those jack safety points. We're going to be safe. Hey, there's all kind of things out here that are jacked up that I could jack on. But I'm here to tell you that I'm not going to jack around. We're going straight to the master jack, and we're going to start there. And if that don't jack, hey, we'll start jacking down. So let's get this jack on. This jack's awesome. This is our King Kong test. We're about to test this Vevor 5-ton air jack on this big bad mammy jammy. Let's check it out and see what this is made of. So we've got it centered up, and we're right at that threshold. Here we go. I mean, it's off the ground. That bad Mama Jama picked it up. Look at that. That's no joke. Talking about a Father's Day gift. Let's check this out a little closer. Look at that. Look. Tell me that's bad. It's no joke. Look at that. The proof is in the pudding, guys. Hit that link down below to get your Father's Day gift. A 5-ton Vevor air spring jack. Bam, look at that. It's lifted this Freightliner. Let's drop this control valve here and show you there's no trickery going on here. I don't get excited much, but that was exciting. I was quite impressed with it. When that jack started raising that truck up, I'm like, no way. But yeah, right there before my eyes. Sweet. So I promised you we were gonna go over some jack safety. You wanna make sure that you're jacking on even surfaces. So don't be jacking on round rocks or even surfaces. And if you do, make sure you chock those wheels. You don't want that vehicle rolling. Never move or dolly the jacked up vehicle while the jack is in use. Make sure the thing's stable. And if you're moving it, hey, put it back on all fours. This not being one of them. When your jack's not in use, put your jack inside. You don't want the sun beating down on this outside just like any other bag. That's something, put your jack inside. So Vevor's motto is tough tools at half the price. I believe in Vevor and I believe in their motto. So hit that link down below to find out more details on the construction of this 11,000 pound air spring jack from Vevor. This thing is super neat, super neat. Come on, my little friend, let's get jacked.